tell us, you were close to Najib as well at that time. You were working for him. I remember there was on the news there were scenes where I saw KJ coming up to his house, and then people saying they were saying no, we will release a statement tomorrow. You mentioned in the book that at that time he was talking to Anwar and trying to work a deal. What was this deal?
Well, let me tell you. I mean, I'll go a little bit back. I'll explain to you how I was seen in that scenario. We were all at PWTC. I mean, that's where the BN War Room, all of this stuff was happening. And right up until 9 or 10 o'clock, really, we had no inkling of what had actually happened. Everyone was still very positive. Then no news. There was literally no information. And by midnight, and we were separated from all the bigwigs. I mean, we were just seated there, just trying to figure out what was happening. We were monitoring social media, seeing what was happening, and we didn't hear anything. But by midnight, that's when the big guns came down and told us, look, it's gone. We've lost, and it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But having said it's unbelievable, I believed it. Why? Because on the 2nd of May, and this is in my first book, Final Reckoning, people, if you want to get a copy of that, also published by Penguin.
We'll share the links as well.
In my first book, I say on the 2nd of May, 2018, I spoke to Najib and I told him, and based on our online sentiments, that BN would lose the seat of Johor. So the fact that you lose Johor, the bastion of UMNO, should have been a signal warning that was, and we said, look, it's a very high possibility you're going to lose Johor, because looking at our analysis, our sentiment, gathering of these areas, you are going to lose Johor. You have to do something radical now. But all other sources were telling Najib, no, you're actually going to have a big victory. You're going to win. So he told me, Romen, are you sure? Are you sure? What you said is accurate. At which point, I was also wondering to myself, look, if everyone is telling the Prime Minister that he's going to win, in all these areas, maybe my stuff's wrong. Maybe my stuff's inaccurate. So I went back, checked with my team, what have you, redid the calculations, and it looked correct. But again, everyone, the entire machinery was saying, no, it's going to be a devastating 3-quarter win and what have you.
3-quarter win?
Yeah, that they would actually be able to regain.
Especially considering in 2008 they lost 5 states. How can they say 3-quarter?
Again, so you have to wonder, right? You have to wonder about this analysis. But again, that was not me.
Yeah, not you.
Not me.
So you made the right call.
I still got the paperwork, baby. I still have all of that.
Okay.
To tell you what we presented, what we showed, and that was our assessment of the situation. So when all of this happened, we were at PWTC, and Najib hadn't come to PWTC. He was in his house. With all the bigwigs trying to figure out what the scenario was. So I went to his place. I snuck out quietly from PWTC. I mean, using the backlift, because I didn't want to be caught in the big drama going on outside. All the cameras were there. Everyone was there with microphones. Everyone was being, what do you call that? Not microphone, but, door stopped for their comments. I had no comments because, what do you say in this kind of a situation? So I went up to his house. And it was really, really spooky because I managed to get through security, which was quite tight. They had to check all of our, credentials and stuff. So I went through. And outside his house, there were all these chairs and tables, like it was laid out for a party. But they were all abandoned. So huge spotlights, but completely empty. So tables and chairs were there, but there were no people there. Then I approached the house. And as you go near the steps, you see lots of shoes and stuff out there, and then open the door, and then I go in, right? And wow, it is just absolute gloom, right? People crying in some corners, other people just walking about aimlessly, not knowing what to do, because the result was just so shocking. No one, despite warnings, right? No one expected such a result. So yes, Khairi was there, Hisham was there, Zahid was there. They were all, hunched with Najib, having a discussion as to what to do. And one of the options was to do a deal with Anwar. That was one of the options on the table. And from what I heard, and witnessed at that time, it was clear that nobody in their right mind wanted to hand over power to the old man. Because the fear, and which was rightly proven, was that this person was only interested in getting revenge. He was not interested in running the country. It was pure revenge. So the idea was, how do you build a coalition? And in any other country, right? In any other country, this is normal. The Conservatives did this with the Lib Dems, where they formed a minority government because they didn't have enough seats. But when UMNO BN tried to do that, people thought, oh my God, they're trying to steal the vote. No, that's part of constitutional system. If you don't have enough seats, you see which other partners you can grab together. Yes, it's an alliance of convenience. Very true. But that's how the Westminster-style democracy works. So that's what Najib was trying to do. In that process, he was thinking, and his advisors were telling him, look, if you are able to work a deal with PKR, let's say, get the rump of PH to come and support you, the idea would be to have someone like Wan Azizah as Prime Minister, maybe Zahid as Deputy. Because Najib himself said, I don't want to be Prime Minister. I don't want any role in any new government. We have lost, and that's fine. So if there is to be a new government, if there is to be stability in Malaysia, why don't we push forward with this kind of model? So that was the kind of negotiations that were going on at that point. Some have denied it. Some have said that it's happened. It's up to them to interpret. But I can tell you from what I saw, there was definitely some kind of negotiation going on between Dato Sri Najib and with Anwar.